Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Delta Force in what could very well be the last Delta Force mission we do. So, Novoya Zemlya has mostly been pacified, we've crushed their little rebellion, we've stolen their nuclear launch codes, we've destroyed their nuclear weapons electronics that they could have used to repair their weapons, so now that just leaves us with the last holdout in Operation Snowfox. Operation Snowfox. Capture the supply base designated Objective Nova, where the enemy is storing the nuclear weapons. Mission: capture the supply base designated Objective Nova, where the enemy is storing the nuclear weapons. Execution: Black Widow will insert you approximately 385 meters northeast of Objective Nova. Follow your pre-designated axis of advance closely, as there is an enemy supply depot approximately 160 meters south of your ingress point. You will enter Objective Nova from the east. Radiation detector background count analysis indicates the nuclear weapons are being held in a warehouse on the southwest corner of the complex. Take extreme care not to damage the weapons. Once you have secured the weapons, a nest team will be flown in to secure them. In order for this mission to be successful, you must eliminate all resistance at the objective. Expected enemy forces. Severe winter conditions continue to limit enemy patrols. Infrared photography shows that both the supply depot and the objectives are heavily manned. All source intelligence indicates that both facilities are defended by ex-Spetsnaz special forces. Allied support. Alpha team will insert approximately 145 meters northwest of the supply base. They will advance southeast and will conduct a diversionary attack on that facility as you slip by. Charlie team is in position approximately 85 meters south of Objective Nova. They will attack northeast into the compound as you attack from the east. Situation: coordinated resistance has collapsed. Enemy units in the field have ceased combat operations and are surrendering. There is one pocket of resistance left where the enemy leaders have gone to ground with their nuclear weapons. Aerial reconnaissance shows that they are preparing to launch the weapons blind without regard to where they might land. This cannot be allowed to happen. So it looks like we've easily got at least 3 to 4 squads here. There's probably at least another 1 to 2 squads that are not marked. As far as our gear, trust the M4 M203 combo. Instead of laws, I think we'll take a double ammo load since the enemies have shown a complete lack of ability to operate armored personnel carriers. And of course, we'll have our Colt 45 for backup. And with that, I think we can start the mission. Oh, we didn't get the,
Charlie, in position. We'll move on your signal.
Your handler is supposed to say, "Be careful, Bravo. The package might be hot." And then I would normally reply with, "Well, yep, it's gonna be hot," or something like that. Aha, I shoot you through ground. What you get for trying to shoot me through walls. Let's be fair here. I should get a little leeway on that. Okay, I think that's the first wave down, but in any case, we gotta be really aggressive here. We can't give them time to figure out how to launch the nukes. Alright. Move up a little more. Up a little more. Kudos to the guy who tried to move forward to engage me. Ah, we only got one of them. A very disappointing outcome. Okay, let's see. Oh. Knock down the, Oh, hello.
Bravo. We see 2 patrols in the valley.
Alright. I think I killed one of them. Maybe. Alright, let's move forward.
Alpha to King 6, we're meeting heavy contact!
Copy, Alpha. Proceed with mission.
And let's move up. Oh. It looks like... Oh. Shit, they're on the hill. Any more contacts on the hill that wanna... There are! Alright, finally get that reloaded. Ooh. Let's be careful, we don't want to stick our heads out too far. Nuclear weapons be damned, I'm throwing an explosive in there. Oh, that almost hits. No, you ain't zigzagging out of this, bro. Could you please die, thank you? Alright, he had a pistol, so he was probably a higher ranking operative of the rebellion. I don't really know what to call this. Rebellion. Civil War, Revolution. Whatever you want, I guess. Try to pump as many rounds. It's not how this works, you little shit. Alright. I feel like the nukes are in the big building, so I feel safer about lobbing explosives at some of these other buildings. Or causing explosions. Throw some more love their way. Now, why couldn't that explosion go through the wall and kill someone, eh? Alright, well, let's see if we can't do something about that sniper. As I think maybe I was saying, or starting to say, and then got sidetracked, you know, we can't give them time to figure out how to blind launch these nukes. I mean, nukes are generally made, so you have to have a target, you have to have the launch codes, but I'm sure with enough time, you could probably eventually crack whatever security is on them. I mean, no system's perfect, and these people would probably have been familiar with these systems, at least some of them. Did we miss someone? Kind of sounds like we did, but then again, sound travels funky in this game, so... Okay, there was a person. So let's move up to the next bunker. Since it looks like we cleared that one out. Alright. Stop that. Oh, down a little lower. Up a little higher. I think that's as good as we're gonna get. Put some rounds in there. Now, did we lose Alpha completely? Oh, we didn't lose anyone yet. Okay, so let's go back. We're going to top off our magazine here with some fresh rounds. Well, not top off. We're going to replace our magazine with a fresh one, since this game does not recycle ammo, which I do miss out in games. Are you guys following me? And we're gonna head for that hill, and we're gonna try to circle around the other way, see what we can see, do that whole spiel. All right, this is where sprint or smoke grenades would be great, but we'll go here, take cover, slowly advance, take out that last bunker, and then start sweeping the area, building by building. All right, I think I saw a guy here. Yep. Oh. Sneaky, sneaky. Hiding people in the hills like that. Oh, did I see movement? I guess not. We look at our map, we see a good chunk of these people are actually dead. There's a cluster of 3 hiding somewhere. I'll have to take another look at the map to figure out which building, but we are doing shit. Okay, so the guy was in the window of that building. Oh, we actually hit the armored vehicle. Did we miss? We did miss someone in the hills. Well, that's what that was about. Okay. So let's head to the next bunker. Ready our grenade. Sounds like we got a direct hit. 1 body, 2 body. Do. Oops. Don't want to hit that building. Shoot some grenades around the corners. Oh. Because I don't trust corners. We may as well switch to our burst fire mode too, since we have now entered the base. I wish Alpha would, I think they're all in, Oh! Fuck!
Нам нужна огневая поддержка.
Suck a grenade, dude. Jesus, that scared the shit out of me. Are these guys in the... No, they gotta be in here, in this... Say goodbye to your truck privileges. Yeah. Apparently we have a very... There we go. Whew, thought we locked up for a second. That's been a huge problem in this playthrough, in this mission specifically. So let's throw in some grenades in the door. It looks like we do still have one guy somewhere. We got one confirmed hostile with a pistol, probably the leader himself, guarding the weapons. Oh fuck, lots of crates. Make top. Looks like their textures are disappearing a little bit. Dude, you're firing your weapons inside a goddamn nuclear bunker. Okay, so it sounds like he's on the outside, actually. We've cleared the inside of the bunker. We will keep them from blind firing those nukes, which admittedly they might hit nowhere important. They could hit, the middle of the ocean, and 70% of the world is ocean. So, I mean, that's a realistic possibility. But they could also hit the center of New York by sheer luck, or unluck as it were for us. Oh. Yeah, I was gonna say that, We'll come back for you. Oh, there was an opening. Either way, we'll come back for you.
Oh!
Let's go up to this building and... Okay, we got him. So that just leaves the mystery man, who we somehow missed in the bunker, I guess, and he missed us. Because we got one guy with a pistol that we know of running around. I think that will be the last guy. Oh, maybe not. It shows a guy this way. Okay, so he's just on the other side of this wall, supposedly. Oh, fuck.
Hold your positions. Black Widow is inbound.
Wow, that was something. 53 kills. Wow. Mission statistics: number of kills 53. Excellent work, Bravo team. The Nest team has secured the nuclear weapons and they are being sent to a facility in the US to be destroyed. Spetsnaz forces have captured the enemy commanders and they are being sent to Moscow for trial. Additionally, our military forces have gained valuable experience in conducting military operations in Arctic conditions. Stay vigilant as there is no telling when your skills will be needed once more. Congratulations on a job well done. So I guess we don't get a cutscene or anything. Again, we didn't have an introductory one, so I guess I shouldn't be expecting one. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is Delta Force. Now we can see our final kill count of almost 1,400 soldiers on 40 missions. Damn. Are there any cooler? No, we had the coolest one. 1,400 kills, holy shit. That's a lot of dead terrorists. And the beauty about that last mission is we actually, I think Alpha and Charlie were both alive when we finished it. So, and for them to stay alive on one of these late game missions like that is pretty impressive. I wish they would have given me a little support at the end, but all in all, I think this is a fairly enjoyable game. Now, my biggest complaints about this is because you're engaging enemies at realistic ranges for infantry, which is generally between the 200 to 600 meter range. That coupled with the small resolution leads you to kind of pixel hunting, where's the one pixel that's different from the rest, especially if they're on a hill or something. That's a little annoying. Other complaints I have are the AI, how they just kind of know where you are, they cheat. There's you can stealth a little bit, but once they're alerted, it seemed to be almost a toggle. Like in the early missions, we could just run around to the other side of the mountain, and as long as we weren't spotted or didn't make noise along the way, we could get a few shots on them before they turned around. Not that it matters, because as I found out a couple times, is I would walk into a building, and there'd be an enemy with his back turned to me, and I would die. And then when it goes through the revolving camera showing your dead body, I would see he's now turned around. And, since it's an enclosed building, no one's got line of sight of me except that guy. I have to come to the conclusion that he shot me without turning around. So apparently their gun their gun basically moves independently of their body, I guess. Or at least their bullets move independently of their body, which, that's really annoying. To have basically a perfect playthrough, you run into the bunker, you got the drop of the guy, you hit the mouse, and you're dead, and the guy hasn't even turned around yet. But generally, that happens infrequently, but just enough. It only needs to happen 2 or 3 times to be annoying. Then the fact that, because they cheat, like in the later missions, it seems like there's a switch where, once you're revealed, they'll always know your position and track you around. You can kind of see that on the map as we were, like, moving around the mountain. No one had line of sight on us. And the fact that repeatedly enemies were shooting at us through buildings. In fact, I think it was 2 or 3 missions ago, there was that guy trying to blink at us with his pistol, and you could see where the little hit effect was occurring on the building, and you could see, he was shooting straight at us through solid wall. So, really, I think that's my biggest complaint about this game, is I can handle the pixel hunting, but I wish they would make the AI smarter, so that way the AI didn't have to cheat, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I also wish they would make Alpha and Charlie a bit more powerful. They don't necessarily have to, like, kill a ton of people, but I would appreciate it if they actually acted like Delta Force members and didn't rush into the middle of the enemy base and then die. Obviously, even as a bullet sponge, they would, they might be a little too useful in that they could, if you got them distracting everyone while you run around with the silenced MP5 or something, obviously that wouldn't necessarily be fair. So they shouldn't necessarily be invulnerable. But I think maybe they would almost better be served as snipers. Covering you from a mountain or something. So that way they could provide some distraction and get some kills without being overpowered, but also without dying every single mission. Because, it ended up being to the point where I just pretend that Alpha and Charlie teams are local forces. That we're cooperating with as a sign of goodwill. Because there's no way... Delta Force missions, and Special Forces missions in particular, are very risky. And they often face very insurmountable odds. Like in this case where we killed freaking almost 5 squads worth of enemies. Just by ourselves. I'm sure Alpha and Charlie had some, so there could have been, 6 squads there. 5 people against 6 squads. So obviously you should expect casualties once in a while, because these are high-risk missions. But that's why they send in the best of the best, because they've been trained for these high-risk missions. But for as much as I complain, like I said, I do enjoy it. I wish the story was a bit meatier. I do wish okay. As it stands, I think the missions are a good length, considering you can't save during them. But Black Hawk Down really fixes that, where they make the missions significantly longer, but they give you a chance to quick save a couple times. Like, I think you get 2 or 3 quick save slots per mission. And really, I do think Black Hawk Down was the epitome of this series, but that's for another Let's Play. I guess from my understanding, this game was behind the times graphically, too, when it was released. The big innovation is their voxel engine, which is... it's a poor man 2 of pixels and some other word I forget at the moment, but basically lets them create ridiculously huge maps using ridiculously small amounts of space. And the technology is impressive, but the problem is you can't really texture it very well, and that's why it looks pretty bad. But it helps keep sizes down, and it makes the terrain look, you can see when we get up on a hill and we look all around, the terrain's flawless. We don't look like we're in a square. We don't have like the repeating terrain you see in some games where it's obviously repeating. But yeah, that's Delta Force. I wish. And some of these complaints carry over to other Nova Logic games too, where the story is basically those mission briefings, and in this game I thought the campaigns were really short. Like, I mean, the first campaign, Peru, 6 missions. Chad, 6 missions. Indonesia, I think, was 8. 2, 4, 6, yep, 8. Uzbekistan. And then Uzbekistan, Novoya Zemlya were, 10 each. So basically you have 3 campaigns, 2 campaigns that have half the game's content, and the other 3 hold the other half. And, even 10 missions is kind of on the short side. I wish they would give, at least go the Fighter's Anthology route where you have dates in the mission briefing so you can kind of say, oh, okay, so it's been so many days since this last mission, If you keep track of it, it can give you a span of the campaign so you can see how long it is. The other complaint I have more as a person with a military interest, obviously, it's just the very limited assets they have. Like, I don't care so much about the gun variety. I'm fine with, the enemy being mostly armed with AKs with the occasional pistol and sniper that I think were clones of ours. But the vehicle variety, oh man. Just the, now I could buy Indonesia using those APCs and the Gazelles. But Uzbekistan, the Russians, that's kind of where you need another model. And I was surprised for the big deal that they made about, there's enemy armor on this mission. They never used the APCs. The only time I saw an APC, that I remember seeing an APC being used offensively, was by the friendly Indonesians in the mission where we had to protect the president. But again, I'm still complaining about the game. I don't want to give the impression that I hated this game. I really did enjoy it. If you account for the time it was made, it is pretty enjoyable. So that will finish our Let's Play of Delta Force, I guess. But don't worry, the adventures of I guess, what would you call them? Commando? We'll just call them Commando Splinter are not over yet. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this Let's Play, and stay tuned for next time as we start a new series.